Hey y'all, welcome back to All About April. I am so excited that you have joined me today. Today's episode is going to be focused on 6 books that I plan on reading in 2024. Now, as we know, there are a whole slew of books that are going to be released. However, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. These are at the top of my list to be read for multiple reasons. And I'm really excited because, as we know, there are so many different genres out there, but there are some authors that I love and there are some books that are calling my name. So without further ado, here are the 6 books that I plan on reading in 2024. Beginning with this one right here, number 1, Set Boundaries, Find Peace. A Guide to Reclaiming Yourself by Nedra Glover Tawwab. So I actually got a chance to meet her at an author talk last year hosted by Kindred Stories here in Houston, Texas, and she is amazing. So if you ever get a chance to be able to meet her, make sure that you do so. That's number 1. But I feel like this book is really significant because it's important for me to be able to learn how to establish healthy boundaries. It's something that I can accept that is not my strong suit, and I don't want to go another year without having this in my bag. She gives you great tools in how to use this within your families, at your job, personally, your intimate relationships, your friendships, all of that. And as you can see, it's tabbed. So I want to be able to revisit it anytime I am having those moments. But it's a self-help book. I believe everyone should read at least one self-help book a year. So this is the one that I am rolling with. Now, moving on to number 2. The second book that I plan on reading is Trinity by Zelda Lockhart. So I received this from Amistad Books. Thank you so much. And it's been on my TBR, but I was so busy with National Board and some other things that I have not had a chance to really gravitate into it. It is a historical fiction novel, and I want to give you a little glimpse of exactly what this is about. So, Lottie Rebecca Lee is spoken into this world in Fayetteville, North Carolina by a black nurse who declares, Lord Jesus, if that ain't the blackest little baby born this side of heaven. Later, her schoolmates chant, Tar Baby. What they do not understand, she eventually proves. She's the ancestors promised to unearth the Mississippi and Ghanaian atrocities that have held them all in a place of torment. This includes her grandfather, Benjamin Lee, who was born during the Great Depression among the red clay tobacco fields of Mississippi, and his son, Benjamin Jr., Lottie Rebecca's father. Born in Fayetteville amidst the post-Korean War, GI Bill promises of prosperity. These 2 generations of black men are haunted by the mother spirit who did not survive their post-traumatic stress violence. Trinity is the tale of the daughter spirit born in the late 70s to a son struggling to tame the invasive choking vines of Vietnam War flashbacks. She will stitch love back into the fragmented, scattered wombs of her black mothers and call love back into the fishing blues songs of her black male kin. Lottie Rebecca Lee is the divine spirited daughter, born to set things back upright again. This sounds like a very powerful read. For the people I know who have read it, they have loved it. And so yes, this is a historical fiction book that I plan on diving into. And let me also add, this cover is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So yes, Trinity by Zelda Lockhart. Moving on to number 4, Viola by Viola Davis. I did want to make sure that I had a memoir on my list of books. I am all about diversifying my reads, even amongst different genres, but I will be reading this on audio. I love to read my memoirs through audio. I love hearing the people actually narrate their own stories to us. And I have heard great things about this particular memoir. by Viola Davis. My book club is actually reading it for Women's History Month, which is March. So yeah, it has to be read anyway, but it has been on my TBR for a while, and it's time to take it off of there. I will say some of the things that I've heard about this particular book is that Viola Davis is captivating. Her story is beautiful, it's honest, and it really just captures you. And I feel as if I'm missing a part of that because we get to see the great Viola Davis on screen, but knowing that she has a story to tell behind all of that is something that I am looking forward to. So yes, I cannot wait to dive into the memoir of Viola Davis called Viola. All right, moving on to number 3. I do not have a physical copy of this book because it does not yet exist. This book is not coming out until June 2024. What book am I talking about? Children of Anguish and Anarchy by Tomi Adeyemi. Y'all, we have been waiting for this book to come out forever. Okay, forever. Okay, I'm exaggerating a little bit. But so this is the final book in the trilogy, starting off with Children of Blood and Bone, and then book 2, Children of Virtue and Vengeance. And I will tell you, the cover, I've seen it on the internet. The cover is just as beautiful. And this is just one of those stories where you have to have the physical copy of the book and the original, not whenever they make it into a movie. And I love this series. It is like a fantasy YA. This is YA, so as you see, I am diversifying my stuff. But what I love about it is that, you know, you get to see this young Black girl, Zelly, who comes from, you know, power and, you know, this kingdom, but her having this white strip of hair actually is not good for her or her family because the king who has taken over wants all of them killed. Why? Because they possess magic. And to him, it just won't work. Zelly ends up befriending the daughter of that king, and she's actually fallen for the son too. Child, is a whole bunch of everything, which is why I cannot wait to read the final installment in this trilogy. It is one for the books. And y'all, Children of Blood and Bone is also being made into a movie. Can't wait to be up in there. All right, number 2 goes to my girl. Y'all know how much I love the Takira Allen. I'm talking about the Parachute series. Now, I already purchased book 1 on my Kindle and I have not read it yet. Why? Because I will not read any books by her or Love Dolphin until the series is complete. I am not gonna be sitting down here shaking on the sofa like something is wrong. I'm not doing none of that. I want to, as soon as it's done, I want to dive right into the next book. What I do love about her, when she tells me it's a trilogy, that's exactly that. Like, I don't have to worry about her, you know, years down the line, you know, doing that. And we get to see characters show up in other books. I know this book deals with a young lady named Tali, but I'm going to be completely honest with you. Anything Takira writes, I'm reading. And that's just a fact. I love and adore her writing because she always gives us something that's really, really good. So this is going to be urban fiction, and I'm just really, really excited. I know that it's going to live up to everything that I have been waiting for. So yes, the Parachutes series, it is a trilogy. So again, I've already purchased book 1. When book 2 comes out, I'm gonna purchase that. And when book 3 comes out, I'm gonna start reading. Let me also remind y'all, for those of you who are like me and you want to wait for certain series to finish, please make sure that you buy the book that first week because it's really, really important for the numbers to go to those sales. All right. And then finally, What book am I waiting for? So, one of my favorite authors, I got an email in the middle of the day and I was like, oh my gosh. She talked about, her return and how this book was finally coming out. It's the 4th and final installment in this series. And y'all, I shed a little tear. Who am I talking about? The Maureen Smith, USA best-selling author of the Wolfpack series. But what am I talking about for this one? I am talking about the book Yes, Captain, Hunter's story. It is part of the Denver Rebels series, the hockey series that she has written. It is an interracial romance, y'all. So it started off with Reed and Nadia's story in Wicked Games, and then it went with Vigo and Scarlett with the Swede, and then Logan's story with Sinbin, and Yes, Captain is the final installment, our final book in the Denver Rebels interracial romance series. I already know it's gonna be fire because one thing Maureen knows how to do, she knows how to give you some steamy, great writing. And she's just one of my faves. She's always been one of my faves. She knows how to write romance at all levels, whether it's a soft romance, whether it's a friends to lovers, whether it's romantic suspense, whether it's interracial, even the fantasy romance. She does it all. But this one, we have been waiting for a while. I am so happy that y'all, you gotta follow her on IG too, if you haven't already. So when that comes back out, make sure you're following me on social media because you already know I'm gonna be posting it to my stories and on TikTok and everywhere else as well. But yes, those are the 6 books that I cannot wait to hop into. Once again, Set Boundaries, Find Peace by Nedra Glover Tallweb. Number 5, Trinity by Zelda Lockhart. Number 4, Baola by Viola Davis. I'm doing that one audio. Number 3, Children of Anguish and Anarchy by Tomi Adeyemi. Number 2, The Parachute series by Takira Allen. And then finally, number 1, Yes, Captain by Maureen Smith. Let me know if you have read, if you've read Trinity, Viola, or Set Boundaries, Find Peace. I would love to hear from you. Let me know if you also are anticipating to read any of the books that I have named in this video. I cannot wait to share my reviews with you because I already know that they are going to be amazing. In the meantime, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You can also follow me on my other social media channels. Until next time, friends, I will see y'all later. Bye.